Men don't ask us girls out anymore. All they do is they go on Instagram, they follow, they like all of our stories, and then they text something like, "What's up?" And then they go back to playing video games for the rest of the day. And honestly, I think that's where their birth rate is dropping.
They say men disappeared, that no one asked them out anymore, that everyone lost interest. But what almost no one talks about is the real reason. Men are tired. Tired of the game, the risk, the confusion. In this video, you'll understand the uncomfortable truth no one wants to admit.
I think this makes sense to me. I'm talking to a guy from Raya who just moved to Chicago. We talk about how we love coffee shops. I say my favorite coffee shop. He's out of town. He comes back, I think 3-4 days later into town. The very next morning, he goes to the coffee shop without me to get a coffee. I'm so confused. Like, didn't you want to ask me on a date there? Like, why would you just take, I don't understand. I'm just so confused. Why would you go to my favorite coffee shop without asking me to meet you there? And I even said like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm on my way there. I'm going to be there soon. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to leave. And I'm like, I'm just, man, you confuse me as a species, really, truly.
Here, the clash of expectations is obvious. She thinks every move a man makes should revolve around her, as if he's obligated to turn any small detail into a date. But the guy simply went back to his routine, grabbed a coffee, lived his life. That's how many men are today, prioritizing peace, structure, and a clear mind. He didn't want to force a vibe, expose himself, or come off as pushy, and that confuses women who are used to being the center of every decision. Modern men are tired of reading mixed signals and prefer keeping things simple, drama-free, protecting their time and energy.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be like cool first? Like, don't.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
This is selective nostalgia. She wants to be approached, but only if the guy is attractive, confident, in the right way at the perfect moment. The problem is that today, all the risk is on the man. A simple approach can turn into public rejection, embarrassment, or even accusations. So many men decided to stop. It's not laziness, it's self-preservation. While women complain that men gave up, men realize chasing doesn't pay off anymore. Investing in career, health, money, and peace gives real returns. Approaching strangers became high risk, low reward. The game changed, but not everyone accepted it yet.
If you're ever wondering if he likes you, he doesn't. You're wondering because he doesn't like you. Okay? Men are black and white. Let's be for real. If he's not asking you out, it's because he doesn't want to go out with you. If he's not texting you, it's because he doesn't want to text you. Oh, I'm confused because he said this. No, stop. No, stop. Oh, but I really, really like him. No, you don't. Stop. Shut up. You're just bored. You're bored because you don't have a hobby outside of hanging out with your friends and media consumption. What the hell else are you going to do? Of course you think you like this guy. You don't have anything else to do. Please, anytime you start thinking about a guy and that's what you're doing with your time, that's how you're spending your fucking time, you need to go find something else to do. I don't care if it's professional frisbee throwing, okay? Or you need to pick up freaking knitting. Whatever it is, you have to do something else. Like, this is out of control. It's out of control. You know, you're not confused. Men do not do mixed signals. There's no games here, okay? Like, very straight up, if he is not dating you, it's because he doesn't want to date you. And not everyone has good taste, so he's an idiot, whatever. But, like, we're not doing this anymore. No.
Despite the aggressive tone, there's a real point here. Obsession isn't interest, it's emptiness. Many men stopped asking women out because they learned to fill their lives with purpose, hobbies, goals, and discipline. When you're focused, you're not waiting on texts. And the same applies to women. Her mistake is seeing everything as black and white. Men avoid asking women out not just from lack of interest, but because they learned to be selective about where they invest their time. Today, peace, routine, and self-growth matter more than instant emotional validation.
I didn't go on my first date until the age of 32. And I mean that nobody ever asked me out. No one ever hit on me. No one ever had a crush on me. None of that. And you want to know, why do I think men never asked you out? You know, I have spent a good portion of my life consumed by that same question. What is it about me that was so unapproachable, undesirable, unlovable? And now, at the age of 34, I have had a little dating experience now. I wouldn't still call it like I'm no expert, but as someone who has gotten over the self-consciousness around my lack of dating history, I don't feel like the question of why is as important as what you're going to do about it or how you feel about it. Because again, I was consumed with the why for the entirety of my life, but it wasn't until I got to a point where I was like, fuck this shit. What the hell am I going to do about it? If I don't change it, I'm choosing it, right? In a way, it's not that simple, but what if this is something that has always felt like it was happening to me? I didn't have a choice. What do I have a choice in? What can I actively pursue? How can I change how I feel about it? And those two questions, what can I do? How can I change how I feel about it, were more important to me than the why. I've forced them to be more important than the why. And it doesn't change the fact that what's hard about dating is you can put all the effort in the world. You can go on all the dates, you can download all the dating apps, and sometimes nothing happens. But what I have learned is, again, the why no longer matters. There is nothing wrong with me that I haven't met my person yet. It comes down to luck and timing and chance, taking risks and just trying not to borrow worry that it'll all just crash and burn around you. And above all else, just because no one has necessarily chosen me before doesn't mean that no one ever will. And it doesn't mean that I am not someone who's inherently worthy of love. I'm worthy of love just by existing. No one needs to choose me in order to prove that. I don't think that really answers your question. It's like a non-answer answer, but...
This is the most mature take. She realized something many avoid. Being stuck on why keeps you stuck. Men respect this mindset far more than blame-based narratives. When she understands she has responsibility for her choices, posture, and environment, everything shifts. Many men don't ask women out because they miss exactly this. Women who own their lives without placing the burden of validation on someone else. Men seeking peace gravitate toward women who don't make them feel inadequate. Personal growth is more attractive than silent pressure or constant self-pity.
I get hundreds of DMs like this every day asking questions like this, so I might as well just do a video. Right, the thing you need to understand, and I've said this in my videos so many times, men get so much validation from speaking to women, okay? This is why a lot of men pay to speak to women on the phone, okay? Men get validation from women. They get validation from how many women they can gain access to. So they're conditioned to be this way, okay? When they grow up, when they're in school, this is how they prove their worth, okay? Oh, how many girls' numbers did you get? Oh, how many girls' numbers did you get? Oh, you got this girl to like you? Oh, you hooked up with this girl? It's a big ego boost for them. They get validation from this. We do not get any validation or anything from interacting with men because we do not actually have a natural, insatiable desire for men. Men have an insatiable desire for women and they can't actually, they can't control that. Most men are just very lustful. They can't control it, okay? Some, they learn self-control, but it's a very small percentage of those men. I would say probably like 5%. And where are those men? They're non-existent. So, men get immense validation from speaking to women. They get a massive ego boost from speaking to a woman like you. So, you're asking, why is somebody speaking to me? Why is somebody texting me all the time? Why are they speaking to me but they're not planning dates? Because you allow him to. You have to understand, women seek connection. Women go out seeking connection. Men go out seeking access. There is a big difference here. This is why I tell you guys you need to be very transactional. If a man is intentional about you, you're going to know it. Okay? You have to understand. You do not ever give free access to men. You don't. That means don't be texting men. Don't be falling asleep on the phone to these men, especially if you don't know a man. Why are you giving a man so much of your energy and you've never even met him? You need to stop doing that. You need to stop texting men, okay? Men will follow your lead, okay? I know you think that they're in control. They're not in control. They have absolutely no control about nothing. We run the show. We always have, okay? Because they do not have the emotional capacity that we have. So we will always be ahead of the game than they are. But you need to listen. And you need to learn that this is a game. You see this guy that is speaking to you? He's playing a game. He's playing it very well because you're falling for it. You're falling for it. If a man does not ask you on a date within 24 to 48 hours of speaking to you, bin. You're not there to perform, and you are not there to prove your worth to anybody. If he does not ask you on a date within 24 to 48 hours, he's not intentional and he's not serious, and he wants a pen pal. He wants a cool girl. You are not a cool girl.
This mindset turns dating into a war and men into uncontrollable creatures, which only pushes them further away. When she says, women run everything and men only seek access, she basically explains why many men checked out. No one wants a relationship with someone who sees everything as a game, a transaction, or manipulation. Men focused on growth want partnership, not power struggles. This 48-hour rule mentality creates cold, disposable connections. Then they complain no one commits. Peace doesn't coexist with paranoia, and many men already figured that out.
Why does dating suck in this era? The answer is men. Men are the reason that dating sucks. Oh, but you can't say that. Well, there's always, of course there are exceptions, but overwhelmingly, and statistics back this up, men are the reason that relationships and dating suck. Not only do they no longer want to pursue women, they only want her if she doesn't want him back. As soon as she shows any type of interest, as soon as she lets her walls down, as soon as she lets him get to know her, he loses interest. As soon as she expresses how much she likes him, he's like, I don't like you that much anymore. I know a lot of single women can agree that this happens so frequently. I've seen videos about how we'll be dating someone that pursued us, initiated contact with us, and they'll do everything that we want as far as pursuing. They'll take us out, they'll be a gentleman, they will say the right thing. And then as soon as you start to like them back and show the tiniest ounce of interest, they're like, oh, I'm just really busy. It's sick. They only want the chase. And yes, I know there's going to be men in the comments disagreeing with me, calling me all sorts of names, saying that I need to choose better men. But here's the thing. Choosing better men looks like not choosing men at all. Being single, not having kids, not getting married. And that's also a problem for men. So what we're not going to do is sit here and tell women to choose better men when men need to be better men. The last 4 or 5 guys that I have gone on a date with and have actually liked and continue to talk to after the date, regardless of if we ever slept together or not, it always starts and ends the same way. It starts with them showing a lot of interest, love bombing me, wanting to plan something ASAP, taking me out, buttering me up. The date goes well. They want to see me again. I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. I'm so much fun to be around. And then I'm like, okay, like things might actually be going well. I'm not going to have too many expectations, but let's just see what happens. And then all of a sudden, they randomly just like stop talking to you. They go from texting you all day, every day. When can I see you again? To, oh, well, I'm just really busy with work, or I just have a lot on my plate right now. And then you're like, okay, like I get it. Just can you let me know instead of like not talking to me for 2 days? Because in my mind, if you're not talking to me for 2 days, that means you've ghosted me or you died. Communication, just being like, hey, I have a really busy day going on. Can I talk to you later? That's literally all it takes. Or you can be like, hey, I don't think we're a good match. You're a cool person, but I just don't think I see a future with us. I would rather that than you just ghosting me. This has happened to me over and over and over again. And men always say that they're like afraid of rejection, right? But I just saw a video talking about how at least men don't get rejected once you've already let your guard down and started to work towards a relationship. That's what happens to women. They act like they're interested in us. They tell us all the things we want to hear. They might even do all the things that we're looking for. And then Like that, they switch it up, they slowly just pull away, and then they always hit us with, I'm just really busy right now. It never fails to amaze me how unoriginal men are. Again, this is not about choosing better men. Men are doing this on such a large scale that thousands of women or more know exactly what I'm talking about because we're all dealing with the same shit. This is why we say hetero relationships typically only work out when the man likes the woman a little bit more than she likes him. When it's the other way around, it never works. When we say that we want men who yearn, we mean consistently. We mean for the whole relationship, not just in the beginning. If you're just gonna pull back as soon as I'm like, oh my God, I like you too, what the fuck is the point? Don't bother me in the first place.
Here we see generalization, frustration, and zero accountability. She describes a pattern, but ignores that many men are emotionally burned out. Love bombing, pulling away, distance. Often it's a man spotting incompatibility early and stepping back to avoid more chaos. Men learn to leave quietly because when they're honest, they become the villain. The idea that a man must always like the woman more shows imbalance. A healthy relationship isn't constant chasing. Many men realize that maintaining non-stop interest in someone who demands endless validation is emotionally expensive. So they step back and focus on themselves.